Hello friends, now I am going to start the new topic of impact of globalization on Indian culture. See, we have studied in chapter number 16 about economic reforms. So out of that we can understand, we have already understood the meaning of globalization. Connect our economy with the world economy is the globalization, right? But when we are talking about agriculture, means the globalization, how can connect us one to another for agricultural aspect, that I am understanding, explaining with you. The policy of globalization has been implemented with the purpose that farmers of India could, could sell their farm products at the world level and get enough profit. So, in that situation, the economic reforms have made a deep impact over our Indian structure. Remember, many changes have taken place. The process of export and import for crop production become very simple. Now we can see lots of the different countries fruits are coming to our country. The simple example is kiwi fruit. Actually, it was not our country's fruit, but now we can see here, right? It is only possible by globalization. So many different kind of the fruits we can see here, and our cotton and chilies are now available in other countries like China's market. So remember here one thing, that so many impact, not only one or two impact, but the basic impact is our production reach to the global market and other countries product reach to the our market. That is the main change happened due to the globalization. Remember this. Okay, now some change in the crop production method has come, as like genetically modified seeds, it is known to be GM seeds, and BT seeds, biotech seeds are available in India from the multinational companies of the world, which have made drastic impact on our agricultural productions. Which kind of the colors vegetable we were not seeing in our country, now we can see. It is only happened due to the change in the seeds. Okay, now here one lacking is there, and that lacking is farming became costly. Remember, farming became costly because these seeds are costly seeds. Due to that, the production of agriculture somehow become different. Okay, now one thing more, the cotton and maize production has been increased here. That is the good thing for us, right? With that, our import of the crops become smoother than earlier, because the import export policies have changed. Domestic farm products, as I told earlier, started to get world market, and here also they have to face tough competition of same crops from other country, because people pay the money for the production, and whatever will give them enough satisfaction, they will give it importance. So in that way, our farm products are also needed to change its quality, so they can sustain in market or competition. Some products from India have got the global market, and in that situation, our some products are extraordinary, and those extraordinary products need our patent registration. Now you can ask me meaning of patent registration. So patent registration means the research in whichever the field has been done by us. Such kind of the declaration is being done, and its declaration will make it sure that it is our research, and the research will be patented, registered on that researcher's name. But remember here, it is required that we must register the patent in name of the country, so the government can support us and we can fight in the international patent agencies. So national patent is must. Okay. Another thing which I want to say, that our farmers are active, hardworking. They are getting new developed instruments. But one thing more, that some steps are necessary to give a boost to the market. Because if we want to see the market established and developed, we need to follow it. A series of planned steps is must, so the economic prosperity and solidarity of the people may remain. One thing more, we are adopting new technology, and as being a market competitor, we are concentrating now on the quality, so we can sustain in the market. Earlier I have said, with that our population is always increasing. It is not a reason which can stop and the demand can decrease, but always population is increasing. The probable future of increase in demand of agricultural product will not stop. It will continue and maintain. See, here we have to do two things. On one side we have to continue our progress, on other side we have to continue for production of agriculture also. So our demand may fulfill, our production may increase, and we can get the worth, money. It is necessary to arrange some requirement of another green revolution to make our country prosperous in field of agriculture, if we want to see this, right? Now I want to discuss one important point. Here I have completed the explanation about impact of globalization on Indian culture. That one I have discussed. Now I want to discuss one question relating to requirement of the food security in India. Why it is necessary? See, we have enough stock of the food grain, but as I have told earlier, just before that, our population never ends. It is also marching towards high line. It is our achievement in world. Not achievement, but just I am kidding, that we are having second place in world in whichever the field, that is population. But how to fulfill the demand? because as the numbers of the people are increased, the demand of the people are also increasing. But at that time, the requirement of the food grain is must. So, if the food grain is not available in country, what we have to do? We have to import the food. Then it will affect to our political independence, because when we depend on any other country for any specific reason, the basic requirement of food, and if government is unable to provide, they have to follow the other country's method. It will create effect to our political solidarity and independence, sovereignty, right? So to keep our country independent, we need to develop more proportion of food production, food grains production. Here the farm production is always increasing. It is not stopped. It has not been stopped. It's a good thing. But on the contrary, population is also increasing. Now we understand one small data that will show you the explanation. Our population in 1951 was 36 crores. Remember, today we are more than 1030 crores. So it means, actually according to the book, the data is given 125 crores. But we all know that in 2021, where we will more than 1035 crores, means our population never ends. So in that situation, the demand of the food grain will also increase. Remember this, our demand of the food grain will not decrease. So our country had tried a lot in earlier, in the time of beginning of our constitutional rule. In 1951, our production for the food grain was 51 crore tons. 1 ton comes to 1000 kilo. Now it has been increased in 2013 and 14. See, here data is given by me, and the explanation of data is always important to understand. Okay, again I repeat. In 1951, our food crop production was 51 crore ton. In 2013 and 14, our food crop production is 265.04 crore ton. So 51 crore ton to 265 crore ton means more than 5 times. Due to that, we are able to create buffer stock. We all know this. But it is necessary to maintain this buffer stock, because we all know that in our country the disasters, natural disasters is not a occasional thing. Many times unplanned way. Disaster is not a planned way. It is unplanned way. It could attack over any country. So in our country it is attacking many times. So we need to keep the food grain in buffer stock forever. So the scarcity of food grain can be prevented. It can save the people from being affected from drought. Also with that, we can save the food grain in warehouses in proper manner, so the wastage of food grain may not happen, and it can stop the hunger of lakhs of people, because wastage food will destroy the people, their lives. But instead of that, if the same food is used for the people to fulfill their demand, it is the best thing to see that the buffer stock whichever we have can utilize to feed their hunger. That is important thing. Now remember that if we strengthen our food stock, it will help us when we suffer from this kind of unexpected disastrous situation. So to arrange to conserve the food forever, we need to do it. It is a good for every country if we save the food, and government may help us in proper manner to provide facilities, then it can useful in time of scarcity of food grain or disaster condition. Also government can do that, make the provision for supply of food grain to the poor people. See, buffer stock is a one provision to store the food grain, and to implement the food security act for every needy is the administrative activity of government to do. So the neither person could sleep with hungry stomach. That is necessary to see. So in that way government has to take the steps for food security also. Right, my friends? So here I have discussed with you about requirement of the food safety. Before that I discussed about impact of the globalization. Before that I discussed about role of agriculture in Indian economy, and before that I discussed about importance of green revolution, its effect. Right? So here I discussed the basic requirement of all theoretical question except the detail of food crops. We will discuss in further topic, but here I discuss the theoretical part of chapter number 10. Right, my friends?